Alright, so the first game, I got to pick Sona into Janna, which is a really good matchup now. I mean, it's always a good matchup, but yeah, I think it's a great matchup. Um, and unfortunately, we had to leash, so we didn't get to push them in level 1. I think Caitlyn Sona should definitely destroy Janna Xayah in lane, just because we can outpoke them really hard, and they can't really, like, make any plays versus us because they're just not good playmaking champions. So, like, it's okay to take a bit of damage there for me. I just want to poke them. I actually went coin, but I probably should have gone Spell Thieves. Having played on the patch more, I think Spell Thieves is better. And let's see, harass more. But like, yeah, even with coin and leashing and stuff, we do start poking them. Like, getting Qs like that is good, but yeah, you can see I don't do a ton of damage because I don't have the offensive mastery, so I think are probably better now. Um, but it's still a good lane matchup for us, and I mean it's just a good matchup in general because like we win lane and I think Sona outscales Janna arguably. It kind of depends on a lot of stuff, but the main thing is just not dying to ganks because it is a lot easier to die on Sona than it is on Janna. So like we just have to be aware that when we're winning our lane 2v2, because we will win this lane 2v2, like at this, like I'm like 100% confident 2v2 we can win. The only danger is just we get like overconfident and die to ganks because a lot of the times with Caitlyn, that's what happens is you sort of start slowly winning your lane. And yeah, but anyway, the Janna just went full retard for the coin there. Um, like if you just think of it in terms of gold values, it's definitely not worth it for her to do that because the coin is like worth half a potion and she lost like 2 potions worth of health. So, those are not the exact numbers, but like yeah, it basically getting chunked like that let her get low enough that she could just die to the gank. So yeah, um, that's Jenna just trolled there. So like I expected to win this lane like slowly, but I mean that was a pretty quick kill. But it's kind of awkward here because after getting a kill like that, you want to back, but Caitlyn wants to on her first back get a BF sword, and she only had enough for a pickaxe. So I mean, I think what we want to do is back here anyways, because just like after you push the wave, you kill them, you push the wave, and you back. It's just like, but yeah, she really wants her BF sword, so she sticks around. I back. I didn't have enough for a tier, which I was considering getting, so I just upgraded the medallion and got a fairy charm, which kind of not great, but at least I'll have more gold than Jenna, especially since here Caitlyn finally backs, or so Caitlyn's still here, so she pushes. And then like Caitlyn finally goes to back, and Janet tries to hold the minion wave, which isn't a bad idea. I think it's good to like yeah, save the CS for your AD carry and try and freeze the lane. But I think people like overvalue freezing because like yeah that I mean I guess I don't even know if I did the like auto reset with the power cord. It was just like yeah, she just kind of didn't realize the damage or something. So I don't know. She just trolled. Um, so like yeah, the, at this point the game's basically over. They're just too far behind, um, and like yeah, we have good scaling with Sona. Oh, I did include this because I think it's sort of a question. Okay, we won bot. Now do we go top or do we stay bot? And I think it's good to stay bot, right? Because if you have a winning matchup top and a winning matchup bot, all you do by swapping lanes is like opt out of your own winning matchups, which is just bad. But the thing is, if you just keep pushing bot, you can't really take the tier 2 tower because it's too far. But what you can do is have your like dominant dual lane push in bot, and then with your jungler, depending on if the enemy mid is like has mobility or wave clear, do the dragon or do tower or the middle tower. But like we end up making a play top, which I think is bad if we have this winning bot lane because the play top sort of backfires. Like we're so far ahead, it doesn't really matter. I played that clean as well, but I think if we're gonna push bot, our jungler should just come bot and do dragon because we can just push them in, then go to dragon. But I mean, it works out fine because yeah, we're so far ahead. But it's definitely something to note that when you go to when you keep your lane bot, I think you want to play around. But also, the reason I can cast so many spells here is because I have a tier. Like, tier is just, yeah, super strong on Sona. Um, okay, so now here, okay, this next game, I picked Janna, which was a mistake to blind pick Janna because they just picked Sona. And, like, I don't think we played this lane terribly. Like, we had a few bad trades. I had one particularly bad trade I'll point out, but, like, I think mainly it was just, like, the matchup where, you can see we just get pummeled. Because yeah, now we're the ones playing Janna Xayah. Here, this is the terrible trade. Like, just took way too much damage from that. And especially versus Sona, like there's very little we can do 2v2 in this lane as Janna Xayah versus Sona Caitlyn. So the only way we win is if our jungler does a lot for us. And he's playing around mid, which works out like, you know, okay. Like they don't really lose or win mid, they sort of go even. But the problem is just in like a pure isolated 2v2, Sona just crushes us and Caitlyn kind of too. So yeah, they just sort of slowly win the 2v2. And again, it's not like we play it that bad. Like I think yeah, I had the one really bad trade where I took way too much damage and you know, we could have just played more passive or we also could have taken a really aggressive approach, which I'll get to later with Janna. Um, but I mean, I think it's mainly just the matchup. So after this game, I was like, okay, picking Janna is bad. I don't think Janna's that good anymore. You should just pick Sona. Um, Sona is the champion for this patch, not Janna, uh, unfortunately. Unless, I mean, yeah, I'll get to the new wave playing Janna later, but like, you can see now, Jarvan invades Kha'Zix, and Jarvan has more HP than Kha'Zix, and they have more HP than us. So I thought we'd just give the tower up. Singe makes it play bot, but I mean, we're still like so far behind. Well, no, we're sort of behind in gold, and then oh yeah, this is bad too. Where I greeted for another wave and um, just got ported on by TF, which I mean should have seen coming. I think we were probably screwed either way, but like this screwed us even more. So yeah, shouldn't have done that. So we both die. Um, but again, I mean, and like even though we made like mistakes this game, and like I don't want to blame like unless you played perfectly, you can't really blame other stuff. But like, um, I think picking Sona instead of Janna would be a lot better for the matchup. So yeah, that game was just over. Like we were so far behind that game, there's nothing we could do. Especially like yeah. We sort of had a mental boom, with mentally unstable people. But anyway, this game we just had a stacked team. So like we had Wiggly, Wolfsfang, and PewDiePie. Urgot's actually broken, and same way to carry. So like our team just carried this game. But so what I want to talk about is actually the um, build Janna's going. So Janna has basically every offensive setup like imaginable, like runes, masteries, items, summoners. So she has ignite. Like just how crazy this is. She has Thunderlords instead of Wind Speakers and penetration instead of cooldown reduction, which would be like insane on the old Janna. That would just be trolling. On the new Janna, I mean, I'm not convinced it's the right decision here, but I think what he's doing is also maxing W, and I think that's the right approach to like I think it works versus like if you're against like a Tom Kench or an Alistar or a Thresh or I don't know Leo. Basically, it works if your verse supports who can't like outpoke you. Um, Now verse like especially sort of Sona, but especially like a Zyra or you know a Karma or maybe Nami. I don't think it's enough to outtrade them, but this really aggressive setup that basically instead of being like a shield bot in lane, now Jenna is like a lot more basically more like Lulu now. Um, it's sort of interesting, and you can see how much damage he does with his like auto W, auto like Thunderlords and everything. It's a lot more than a traditional Janna would do. Um, I still don't think it's that good into Sona, and yeah, again, all those other Enchanter supports who kind of outtrade her anyways. But I think that's like the future of Janna is verse like a lot of champions, you can actually win lane now, like and like make aggressive plays with maxing your W early, because it's her E is on a very long cooldown early, but her W is a lot shorter and lets her like poke people. So yeah, I mean it doesn't work out for her this game because Jenna's team just is way worse than ours. Oh, another thing, um, I don't think it ever really came into play, but like there's no support I want to play. I don't like I really want to ban, so like I would just ban nothing, but I know they have really good Akali in queue, the Blade guy. So I would just ban Akali every game. That he's not on our team, obviously, because that I think that's the ban that like increases our chances of winning the most. That doesn't really apply to most elos, I guess, but um, yeah, I just think banning in general can be kind of pointless unless it's something that like you think actually like you'll win more if it's not in the game. But like so for this Elo, it definitely helps to ban Akali, but I'm not that sure overall what to ban. But yeah, anyway, they all in and Urgot teleports down and kills them both. So if Janna ignited me, I would have had to flash away, I think, because heal wouldn't have saved me. Um, but yeah, like so they just opened after this because the game was like super over. But it's an interesting approach to Janna, and I think I mean he's sort of exaggerating it, like going really offensive, but I think it's the right direction for her. Um, so here, I think I play this trade pretty cleanly, and so did Callista. So um, at this point, I was like, okay, Sona is the best champion, and you should just pick Sona every game. And I think it's a good matchup with Lulu, and the same AD carry again. Um, and I think we played the 2v2 pretty well. Um, just in terms of, we had to leash, so we didn't get to push them level 1, but um, we still did a pretty good job of getting like good trades in. Um, but yeah, so we ended up losing this game. It was very tilting. This was the kind of game that like you want to consider stopping playing after because it's so tilting. I actually almost stopped playing after it. Like I had enough decay games, I could just stop, um, but because like it was a very close game. Because I think we had some good players, but like team comp wise, I think Nidalee, Cassidy, and Singed is like not the best comp bot side, and yeah, with Sona too, it's a lot of AP, and like we don't really do the Sona scaling thing that well because um, like we don't have a super hyper carry or frontline or anything, so. And Kassadin's a good matchup into Talia supposedly, but like with Nidalee, he just didn't work very well. So yeah, but and as you'll see, there were some very bad plays by us, and basically yeah. So like here, again, we were playing well in the 2v2, and we had I think we had a sense Jarvan was bot, but like sort of got baited in there. Yeah, so I don't know, just maybe if we had heal ignite instead of heal barrier, we could have actually just all in the Lulu and just killed her. But I stopped the Ashes back, so she didn't actually get stronger than Callista did, and also Jarvan got the kill. So Jarvan ended up being the main problem this game because he got super fed. But we were still like I have the same item Lulu does, and Callista's actually got better items than Ashe now. So like we still like played the lane 2v2 pretty well. So like just by I don't know like out laning them or trading them or whatever. Uh, yeah, like we win the 2v2 and flash for that. I don't know if I needed to heal there. I may have. I also took a while to recall, which I think was a mistake because like I don't know. I should have just immediately recalled because what happened was their bot lane went mid, and Ashe's level 6 gank mid with her ults is pretty scary. So like even though we 2v2 double killed them, they had tempo on us because I took so long to back, I think. So like if I had just gone mid, they couldn't have done that play. I mean, in hindsight, it's obvious. Oh yeah, Ashe is gonna go mid at 6, like, duh. But I just didn't realize at the time. So they got a 2-for-1 mid, and like I think it was a favorable trade for them. Okay, this was the really tilting play though. Yeah, I don't know, dude. That God. And then I just died here because we used everything and didn't get the kill, and I don't know, we're just screwed. Like, I even hit normally Callisto like disorients me with the camera and everything, and then like I think that like the knock up or something. I don't know. So that was just a really bad Sonal to miss. Like, Ash had no flash. Should have hit that, but whatever. Um, I did play that one a lot cleaner though, using the W to stay alive until I could ult both of them, and then just like yeah, stunning them. So that was a lot better. And we do get the tower here. Um, so like even despite all the mistakes, we should maybe still have been able to win this game off of that failed teleport. But then we greeted for another tower, and the Callista said like, okay, take tower aggro, and then she could like ult me, which I think would be a good plan. But the Talia's here, and like I don't know, we don't like execute it that horribly, but yeah, I don't think we can dive that. I think we just had to. I don't think we could push on to the next tower. So yeah, and then Kassadin goes in and dies, and I mean, I don't think I could save him there, and um, it's a weird arrow. The spell thieves. I don't. I think if not for the spell thieves, I would have gotten hit by that. I'm not sure. Um, and then Nidalee gets a spear on Talia, but yeah, I mean, maybe I could have used my summoner spells and made this like a 1-for-1. So yeah, I don't know, kind of messed that. And then Callisto dies to Jarvan too. So basically, yeah, we just fed Jarvan a lot of kills, and then yeah, Jarvan strong champion. So the game's kind of lost at this point. With our team comp, there's not a whole lot we can like. I don't think we really outscale, and yeah, I probably shouldn't have ulted there because he was dead anyway. So now they can go to Baron. I mean, they played this out well. Like they had a good Ashe ult, and then Talia has a good ult to slow us down from getting to Baron. And they use the Rift Herald mid too while they're going Baron, so it's definitely a bad situation for us. But yeah, maybe if I'd saved my ult, I could have turned the Baron fight. Like we kind of we have to fight this, but yeah, we can't win it. Um, so I think I even W power corded or whatever. Like for the most part, played it right. But like yeah, we're just maybe I messed up. I don't know. I think we just couldn't win that fight. So yeah, and then yeah, like I ulted people, but we're just too far behind at this point. So I mean, this was a very tilting game, and I was considering stopping because like we just had so many, like I even like my terrible ult, like yeah, but whatever. So I did not stop. So then they picked Blitzcrank, and so instead of going Sona, I went Lulu. Because I like Lulu with like Thunderlords, aggressive setup into like playmakers because you can out pressure them in lane. Except obviously here we're not doing anything to pressure them, and that's because they have an Ezreal. So we knew he started bot with a ward. Um, so we knew he was either gonna gank us like level 2, level 3. I don't know, like cheese us sometime. Maybe or just gank. I don't know, but we knew he was going to be bot side, and so he was going to go for our blue buff, which is why Echo went to trade their blue buff. But it just sucks for us because we can't play aggressively in this matchup. Which the thing about like Blitzcrank and other playmaker supports is like enchanters like don't actually lose to them early game in a 2v2. like, I mean, it kind of depends on the specific champion and build, but like someone like Lulu with Thunderlords especially, um, does not lose to Blitzcrank 2v2. The problem is that Blitzcrank sets up ganks really well, so he has a lot of pressure, especially if he can make plays with his jungler early game. So that's why, like, you know, he has the threat of snowballing early. It's not because he's actually like a stronger 2v2 champion. I mean, he kind of is in an all-in, but because laning is like a lot of poke based, like we can actually poke him out 2v2 and just stand in minions and like win the lane 2v2. It's just the threat of ganks that's the problem. So like, for example, when you see like SKT pick um, Blitzcrank and they don't do anything 2v2, it's not because like it's a bad Blitzcrank mechanically. It's just because like you're not going to do anything 2v2 with Blitzcrank. Um, what he really excels at is like making plays with his jungler, like roaming and setting up kills. Um, yeah, so mm, sorry. Mm. But we want to push the wave in now because we just got a kill. But we see the Ezreal there, and Echo's too low HP to like kill him, so that's unfortunate. So we finally do get to push the wave in. Um, wait, something happened. Oh yeah. Um, so Blitzcrank is back, and he kind of goes aggressive. He did not have the cleanest hooks for sure, but Twitch steps on a trap, which is pretty bad, because then here he uses flash, because, I mean, it's probably better to flash early than to have Kate flash auto you and then, like, not flash at all and just die, or, like, flash and die, but yeah. It's unfortunate that his flash is down, I'll get to that later, but here, so I want to layer the CC where, so Echo's going to stun Ezreal, and I don't want to polymorph him at the same time as the stun, because we just won't get the full CC duration then. So I want to wait for the Echo stun to like kind of run out and then send my polymorph so that there's not really any overlap in the CC. So now we finally get to push out bot and Twitch gets it back. And this is a really good early game for us because like I was saying, even though we win 2v2, Blitzcrank has a lot of pressure because he can set up ganks, but Twitch Lulu outscales for sure. So here, Blitz missed a hook. I went stupid aggressive, but like you can go pretty aggressive after he misses a hook. Obviously, that was like walking into a Caitlyn net, so that was probably too far. But like you can see, we still got a good trade off. But I don't know if we actually want to be trading here because we have no flashes, which basically means like it's a free kill. So this is what I'm saying. Like we can bully them 2v2 just by like not getting hooked and like autoing them to death. Like Lulu has enough damage to do that, but they just set up ganks really well. So we just have to like play around ganks, which means often actually not getting to bully them 2v2. Like at level 1, for example, when we would have wanted to, we just can't because of it. So yeah, so we just basically are sort of on the back foot now. So we just spend a while trying to stop them from getting the Infernal Drake, which I actually do manage to do. Okay, so here, yeah. A lot of time people think like, oh, Lulu should save her ult for the AD carry, but I actually like ulting whoever goes in frontline a lot more as Lulu, because it just gives flat HP, right? So it doesn't matter like when you use it or who you use it on. It just matters because they'll get the HP anyways. So like to use it efficiently, all that matters is that you get a good knockup out of it. And I mean, yeah, frontline is usually the ones who are going to be next to people. But I did not play this cleanly. So I think what I should have done was flash either Caitlyn and try and kill the Blitz with my Q if that would have killed him. And then I just overchased into the Kassadin. So yeah. So I should have, instead of flashing the Blitz, I think I probably could have flashed, because Blitz had no flash, right? I could have flashed either the Caitlyn, but oh. So then they try and do Infernal Drag without me, but yeah, they just uh, don't manage to make it because Ezreal comes back. There's sort of an error in mid. We actually kill. Yeah, this is really weird. When there's everyone like this mid, though, you can see we have no one top or bot. So our waves are just dying to the tower now, which is really bad because, like, you need to catch all the minion waves to just get the farm on people. So, like, now Twitch is top, and for a long time, I wasn't sure if I needed to be top or be mid because I wasn't sure where they were going. And like you can see Blitz has Mobies and stuff. And like he's the proactive one in a way, like he has to make a play somewhere. And I'm sort of trying to react to it. I do have Boots of Lucidity, which I like a lot more on Lulu than on like Gianna and Sona. Actually, they might be decent on Gianna now. Yeah, I like Tyr way more on Sona though. But I think Boots of Lucidity are good on Lulu. Even Mobies on Lulu. So like there, that shield was bad because it didn't block anything. But Lulu's shield lasts forever, so it doesn't even matter. It's like 6 seconds. It's ridiculous. But the ult was fine because it gave him permanent HP. So like I was saying earlier, the ult just gives people HP. So if you use it early, like, I mean, I, it's not like perfect. I don't know. Anyway, here I have items. So this, yeah, with Twitch, you just back off after you buff them so that they don't realize your Twitch is coming. Like, yeah, you just stay out of vision yourself, and then, yeah, but you let the Twitch run up. So I don't even do anything for the rest of the game. Twitch just gets his like hyper carry, puts his hyper carry pants on, and carries. But yeah, like Lulu just gives people HP. So if you use it early, like it's not the end of the world because they still have the HP. But if you try and save it for too long, that's really bad because yeah, then they just die. So anyway, here they pick Karma and I pick Janna, and I think this is a really good demonstration of um, the new meta on this patch versus a few patches ago. So I mean, I think Janna is a good pick with the rest of our team comp because we just have this one Jinx who I want to peel, and they have a lot of burst, but we have a lot of sustained damage. So um, if I can just peel, we'll win team fights. And like everyone else on our team is like AP. I think Janna's a good pick with the rest of our team comp here because I just want to peel the Jinx. But it's a terrible lane into Karma now. Like I think I played that decent. I got hit by one Q that I shouldn't have early there because Karma was smart. She Q'd the minion wave and the explosion hit me. Um, oh, and that shield was ugly. Um, but like the Mantra Q I tanked, I think that was actually okay because I have potions, so like, and it didn't hit Jinx, so I don't know. But the thing about this lane is, um, a few patches ago, this would be like a free win for our team because Karma wouldn't be able to get any advantages from this lane because we would both have coin and like we just nobody could do anything. It would be like coin versus coin, and also it'd be the old Janus who would have shield every 10 seconds instead of every 18 seconds, or it comes out to like every 9 seconds instead of every like 17 seconds or so, or 16 seconds or whatever. Um, so the yeah, and Jinx even went door and shield and everything, but like with a few patches ago, the old coin, the weaker spell thief, stronger coin, stronger Janna, weaker karma. Well, yeah. I mean the karma change doesn't really affect the laning phase very much, but like a few patches ago, like 7.18, like the world's patch, um, there's no way karma would be able to bully us like this in lane. But now on this patch, you can see she has Q up way more often than I have shield. So just sitting back and shielding all her Qs is not really. Oh, and that one, Karma was smart, where she's like, okay, I'm going to trade with the Jinx. So she kind of based the shield out on Jinx and then Qs me, which I shouldn't shield like that. I should wait to uh, see her Q before shielding. And then, yeah, here, like, it's kind of a high risk, high reward. Also, I had shield up and Jinx had heal up, and we just didn't use either there. Um, But like that play was doomed anyways. Oh, and then I just overstayed and I should have just left. Um, yeah, and I burned flash there, so that was really bad overall. Um, but like for Elise to gank there was sort of high risk, high reward because they're like bullying us in lane. So if they can, if Elise can like save us from that laning phase, that's really good for us. But obviously, if it gets counter ganked, we lose the fight, and yeah. Um, so now we're basically just trying to hold on. I think if we had gotten to level 6, at level 6, I think Janna Jinx uh, does a lot better versus Karma Kate because we have ults, but like pre-6, we just get destroyed. So we're just trying to hold on because we do outscale. Our backline does a lot more sustained damage than theirs. Um, and basically the only thing that keeps us in the game is our mid laner has a lot more pressure. Um, and they don't like do that much to end the game, or like snowball. But an infernal dragon does come up, and so we sort of go to contest it. But we're not in a very good spot for it, and this is really lucky for them that an infernal comes up because obviously it's like the drag that you really want to get to, like uh, yeah, which lets them snowball their lead. And um, so Caitlyn puts some traps down and zones us. So I think we have to just either try and go on the left or back out at this point because obviously we can't go through the trap line. Like there's no way we get to funnel through there and live. So I face checked the Annie here and died. Um, I don't think this is like that big of a deal because I mean obviously it's bad to die, but it's still sort of bad. But like the bright side is Anna used flash and she used it to kill me after the objective, so like they don't actually get anything out of that kill. So because they already got the Infernal Drake, so like yeah, dying there. I mean we didn't really lose anything for it, but I'm like that death too. Yeah. So dying is bad, but like fortunately for us, Karma DC'd for like a substantial amount of time, which stopped them from really like snowballing because they just couldn't do as much without her. So and then we had a really like 200 IQ Baron play coming up where there's a blast plant there. Or oh, maybe later. Never mind. I'll get to that. So I just ulted here because I wanted to heal our um, Heimerdinger and Jinx. I think it's fine. Yeah. So there's a blast plant here that they can. I backed actually because I didn't see realize that what they were gonna do. But actually, it might have been good that I backed because I think they had vision of me backing. So when they saw that, they assumed that we were all backing. But yeah, it was also really lucky for us that Karma DC'd because, like, I think they also knew they needed to end like snowball to win the game, but uh, without Karma they couldn't do as much. And so getting this Baron is super good for us because I mean it gives us all gold, it gives us all the buff, but also it takes it off the map, which is really nice because it's harder for them to like end the game without Baron. So like we don't actually do anything with the Baron. We just farm a bit more because we really want Jinx to get to her 3 item spike because at that point she'll actually have enough damage to like carry fights, which is sort of the Janna Jinx win condition that we want. But what Baron does give us is like another few minutes for Jinx to farm. So like they actually end up getting a few kills on us with Baron, but this is still really good for us because they're not getting anything to like end the game. And now Jinx has a rapid fire cannon, so you can see here, this fight is sort of like, it's a good omen for us of what is to come because Jinx just gets to smack the Cho'Gath for a while, and he has to flash away from her, and no one on their team has enough like threat on Jinx to like kill her while Cho is tanking. So now there's another Infernal spawning, and we're actually like stronger than them. Like we feel like we can actually fight them now. Um, so yeah, like because Jinx has her 3 items, and like with the Janna Jinx. So if I got Sona, I think Sona would be a lot better versus Karma. But um, from the like team comp perspective, I just really want to have Janna for the Jinx. So I think at this point in the game, I'd much rather be playing Janna because their team has some like front-loaded damage with Annie and Cho'Gath and Jarvan, but they don't have very much like sustained damage. So if I can just like stop them from bursting the Jinx, she can just carry team fights with like a lot more deep and Cassiopeia too. I think Cass just like has way more damage than Annie does. Um, because if Annie can't burst Jinx, she's pretty much useless, and we have like I want to say like 2 or 3 times as much sustained damage from our carries as they do. So yeah, we're in a really good spot now. Um, so like it was just kind of luck. Honestly, I want to say that Karma deserved to win this game though because like I think she understood. Okay, on this patch, like you can bully Janna enough with Karma to like just like win the lane so hard that it doesn't matter you get outscaled because um, of the like Spellthief buff and stuff. So, and that again, that would not have been possible a few patches ago. So that's sort of a difference from how so, okay, like on 7.18, if you pick Karma, you're trolling because you just get outscaled and you can't do anything in lane. But now, like you can, if it's like a Spellthief versus Spellthief lane instead of coin versus coin, like you both have a lot more damage, and it actually matters like who has pressure in lane, or like because you actually can poke people out. So you can see champs like Karma or like Zyra, Nami become a lot better. Brand maybe like I think Zyra is one that I saw people spamming like Joey and Clown. I think Clown may have been trolling, but like sort of half trolling. I don't know. But like the point is these like lane bullies that previously um, coin was just a lot stronger of an item. Um, so the game was just a lot more passive. Um, now that Spellthief is better, you can actually like poke people out in lane. So yeah, like obviously it didn't work this game, but um, I mean if you watched a laning phase, you can see how Karma just um, sort of won the game for her team. Like I mean they didn't obviously close it out, which they needed to do, but that was just like unlucky. I think they didn't. I mean she disconnected, which is unlucky, and they didn't play the macro as well. So yeah, here we needed to reset. It's sort of awkward, but like I didn't even use my Crucible on Jinx. But yeah, we're just so far ahead at this fight, and like I kind of lost track of the game. I should have mentioned like after we got like a ton of gold, we needed to reset. But yeah, they got Baron. But, like whatever, we just won the game because we were outscaled. Um, but the fact that we won the game doesn't mean that like Karma didn't deserve to win the game. Um, like Karma had a really good approach to the lane in the matchup, I think, but just yeah, her team had like worse macro and she DC'd, so it's unlucky. Anyway, here, okay, so this was yeah, I was like, all right, Sona, Janna sucks, Janna loses lane, I'm gonna go Sona. Um, so I think Sona is definitely a much better matchup in Soraka than Janna is. Because Sona has some sustains to compete with Soraka, Janna just doesn't. I think once you get a tier on Sona, you can just actually out-sustain the Soraka. And also, when you Q, people expect you to use the empowered auto attack. So a lot of times you can juke the Soraka Q by using your Sona Q and then actually not going in for the empowered auto attack. Um, yeah, you can just juke it. So I don't have any of these like say, but I've had some really clean laning phases where I just dodge like every Soraka Q with Sona. But so here, Our jungler has a really good invade, so I just like flash in with him and get the double buffs, which is super good because like blue buff is insanely valuable on Sona. Um, I think yeah, it just lets you like literally use W every time it's up. So with double buffs, like we don't actually get like win lane very hard, which you might expect because we have double buffs, but um, at least we sort of neutralize when the Soraka is strong. So oh, I feel like I missed a clip here. We had a good skirmish bot. So anyway, we got ahead. Well, okay, we had a good skirmish bot. But whatever. But then I went top and died. This is what I'm saying. When you swap, also, even though you won, like I won bot, right? I'm ahead bot, but we're actually still behind in levels. Zai and I are both level 7, um, compared to the Ornn, who's like I can't see like 8 or 9, um, just because he has solo XP. And so you can't actually fight their top and jungle even if you win bot. So like the swap, you have to play really slow if you do it sometimes, but whatever. So I missed the fight when we won bot, but like it was just a skirmish. I guess it doesn't really show anything, so it's fine. And then more like Fiesta, yeah, we just played slow. Um, so yeah, oh, we go top. Okay, so here's what I'm talking about with having to wait. Might have missed it. I don't know. Um, oh, yeah, this was fun. We just synchronized flash away. Um, yeah, like we just can't go overly aggressive because like even after you win bot, like an AD carry and support on like shared experience and like half an item each are not very strong. So you feel strong because you just won bot lane, but you can't actually like if you try and do something top, the enemy jungler just comes and kills you with their top lane who's gotten solo XP and stuff. So like you have to be careful with the swap top. But whatever. Also build wise, okay, I think tier Darkseal Sensor is still like the right build. Because I see people going like redemption and stuff first now, and like redemption scales with levels too. It's not like yeah, and like the reason sensor is like it builds out of Aether Wisp and Forbidden Idol, which is like the dream build path. It's so good for like Sona, Janna, whatever. Um, I think Athene's could be decent, but like just stat wise, I think sensor gives way better stats until maybe if you have a bunch of um, like mana regen from like sensor and redemption and crucible. At that point, Athene's gives way more ability power, but yeah, we overstayed here. Overstaying is how you throw. Um, like, I think most throws are overstayed. I should have gotten this blue buff. I think he stole it by accident, but I should have gotten that blue buff. Because I have 35% cooldown reduction, so it would be super good, but whatever. They go for a pick mid. We're really ahead at this point, so to win, what they have to do is one-shot me, but they go for the Vladimir instead, who obviously can not get one-shot, so we pretty much 3v5 without any trouble because they don't focus me. So it'd be even better if I had blue buff though. But I mean tier is plenty of mana, but blue buff is just like insanely good for Sona. But yeah, I just have to stay alive here. Sona Baron, you can just start Baron with Sona and like spam W and like no one takes any damage, and then when they come you can like either turn or do whatever. So it's although I have noticed on like Smurfs people don't start Baron properly, but um, it's still like I mean at least theoretically the champion does Baron very well. Um, but yeah, so like I don't know, maybe Athene's first. I think Sensor first is still the way to go because just like stat wise, and this is a nice might by our jungler. Like so, we probably should have gone and like zoned the Rengar, but oh well. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't really need to. Oh, I get the blue buff here. This is good. This is also sometimes when people throw is not like overstaying after the push, but like not being coordinated before the push. So we're like pushing mid, but Urgot's bot and like pushing bot in, and I'm getting the minions mid and getting blue buff. So it takes me a while to start pushing, and like so we don't really use the pressure Urgot has bot very well, and we're sort of in an awkward spot. But like yeah, it doesn't really matter because we're just so far ahead, so we can like dive 3v4, 5 to 4v5. I don't know. Basically, yeah, we're just so far ahead, it doesn't matter. But like if it were closer, yeah, that'd be bad, but whatever. So anyway, this game, this was a new day. So yeah, I stopped playing, and then so here, there were some level 1 shenanigans, basically, at least for a while, because I wanted to see Xayah Rakan before walking to lane, because the Xayah Rakan has a really ridiculously strong cheese level 1, where they both take, I think, W, and um, just do an insane amount of damage. So if Rakan knocks you up, it's like at least your flash. Probably all your summoners are killing you. So, but we managed to like not get all in, and um, this is very stunt in Olive, and Olive is a pretty good Rakan or Xayah. He might be good. I don't think he plays for Rakan, but he's good. Xayah, he's clean, and obviously stunt's a good Rakan. So it's really fortunate that I have a good AD carry this game. Um, I think a lot of times how like effective you can be, like see here, I can go up and poke. I can do that because Tristana didn't get caught by the Rakan W. Um, and like I can actually be effective in this lane and like have an impact because Tristana is a good AD carry. And a lot of the times it feels like a Sona or Jennifer, like you can do a lot more on Sona when you have a good AD carry. So playing with a good AD carry as Sona feels really good. Playing with like obviously bad players as Sona feels very bad. Um, because if this was like a worse Tristana, we would just be getting dumpstered by the Rakan. So it's really fortunate for us that Tristana is clean because it means we can actually like go aggressive in this lane. And I have Spell Thief now, which is good because we can actually poke the Rakan out when he tries to go in. And other stuff. Oh yeah, I just blind pick Sona now because it's like, okay, Sona's the best champion. If they try and go for some other shit, like Sona's still better. So here I do get knocked up, but so first I have the W power chord on Rakan or Xayah, and then the exhaust. So that's why Xayah doesn't do as much damage as she thinks she's gonna do because of the like double damage reduction. Um, I mean, it's still not good to get caught there, but like the reaction was the correct reaction, obviously. But like if they could have just left it burning a summoner spell, but like fortunately that kind of baited them that because I think he knew his damage on Xayah, but he didn't expect the damage reduction, which is why he went in. So um, yeah, kind of baited him. But I was lucky that that happened, honestly. And then here, we still have to be careful, even though we like killed them. But I have a good buy with 850 gold, I think. So I'm up like an entire 500 gold on Rakan. So I have my upgraded support item. But like yeah, even with that, we still want to be careful because it's sort of like a with the Blitz versus Lulu matchup. Maybe not as much, but like that was good by Tristan. It hit it twice. We kind of outpoke them 2v2. And here, like normally you want to power chord your W all in to reduce damage, but like we could just kill them there, so I power chorded the Q. But yeah, so like at this point we can win 2v2, but we still have to be careful because they have very good gank setup, and as you know, like a flashless Sona versus like Rakan and Rengar and Orianna, you just always have to be careful. So I just want to like make sure either I have my flash up or I have my flash up or I'm playing very safe. And like we can fight because we see Rengar trying to gank top. Um, but yeah, if we don't know where he is, we have to be very careful. So we stayed and just like hit the tower for a while. I'm not sure if that's worth it because like tempo wise, I don't think it's great, but like to just like stay and hit the tower, but I mean, it's whatever. Um, how much more this is? Okay. So yeah, we still have to play slow, even though like we're really far ahead. Actually, I don't know how much tier actually helps you all in, but like we can definitely like out sustain them. But again, because we see Rengar going for stuff top, we can um, actually like make very aggressive plays here. So yeah, actually Xayah could have flashed that, but I guess didn't react in time. Um, so I mean, we're so far ahead at this point, we can actually win 2v2 in a lane that like I don't think we should win all ins, but and like there were a lot of times where like for example they could have cheesed us level 1, they could have gotten a gank off with Rengar, so like we ended up stomping this lane, but it could have very easily gone the other way where like they could have killed us over and over again. So now we do the swap top. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, like this is good. Where I'm like, okay, they could be cheesing, and so like yeah, that I don't know what the replay, whatever. Um, yeah, so like even though we just dumpstered our bot lane super hard, um, there's still a danger that Ori ults me and one shots me because I think she's a higher level than I am, even though like we did so well bot. So also I have no flash, so like I'm just staying really far back. But this Tristana plays it super well, and like I don't know if I need to be this far back, but like because I mean obviously now you can see Rengar is in his bot jungle, but like I thought Rengar could be top, so um, yeah. But the Tristana just like goes in. Tristana played like incredibly well this game. I mean not like incredible. Like I don't want to make it out like she did anything like I don't know like brilliant, but she did everything very cleanly, if that makes sense. And I think clean play is like the most. Anyway, at this point, yeah, we're really ahead. We can just end the game. Like it doesn't even matter for real to everybody. Like we're just so far ahead. But like yeah, playing clean is like more important than like flashy stuff, I think. All right, so here, okay, with again Lulu versus Playmaker support, we can win 2v2. Like level 1, especially Lulu will like shit on Alistar. Like I just want to auto him as much as I can. You know, spell thieves, thunderlords, aggressive masteries, runes, whatever. Like I want to just poke him out. So like I think yeah, E, you know, just auto E, whatever. I don't actually get to poke him very much here, which is sort of maybe we push too hard or something. I don't know. Um, but yeah, we can harass a bit while they're at the tower. The danger is at level 2, Alistar can flash headbutt while you're harassing a tower, or headbutt, or no, like pulverize and flash, um, and then headbutt you back into the tower. And obviously that's bad because you die to the tower. Um, but yeah, we don't die to that. But unfortunately, level 3, this is kind of a mistake from like with Janna sometimes. I would just put like 2 points in E level 3 because I don't want to all in. I just want to trade, so I want a stronger E rather than 3 abilities. But here the danger is Alistar gets an all in. So I put a second point in E at level 3, but I should have put it in W because you can see as soon as Alistar hits level 3, he gets a stun, and so he can just like CC Callisto for a lot. So yeah, he just knocks us up and all-ins us. And if I had Polymorph here, I could have Polymorphed the Tristana, and I think probably killed her. I might have even been able to kill her here by playing it cleaner and flashing for her, but um, Yeah. So I think I misplayed that, unfortunately. And then Jarvan was coming, so I wasn't sure I had to flash away. And I didn't kill her here either. Yeah, so I should have taken W level 3 so that they couldn't all in us, but oh well. Fortunately, like, we still have a good 2v2 if we just play it smart and slow. Like, or, I mean, aggressively, but like, just like play it well so that we don't get all in. Because, yeah, we still have a good, like, matchup. We can poke. I think Lulu's good into Alistar. I always like Lulu into Alistar more than Janna because with the old Janna, like, I don't know. I, I, I don't, I think, I mean, I know theoretically Janna can interrupt Alistar's combo, but like, first of all, he can just flash headbutt and then, or flash pulverize and then headbutt you, but also like, his headbutt is very fast and you have to press Q twice while it's going and you have to be positioned right to interrupt it. So like, I don't think it's actually that it was that reliable of a counter pick, because not only was it not that good that you could interrupt it in practice, it was also um, like you couldn't actually do very much like aggressive stuff with Janna because yeah, you would just be playing passive. So anyway, here I just wanted to get my Aether Wisp, but it kind of meant that yeah, fortunately I got bot in time, so I could save Callista, and it was good by Callista. She didn't immediately ult me. Um, a lot of Callista players, this guy's good at Callista. A lot of Callista players are not, or I guess they're not really Callista players then. A lot of um, oh, we overstayed and died here. A lot of people who are not Callista players will use their ult, like when they get low, they'll just panic and press R on Callista. Um, but I think that's pretty bad if you have like a Lulu or Janna or whatever, because you need to let your support get their abilities off first, and then you can ult them. And so by letting me ult him and use my E or whatever on him, um, and then ulting me, yeah, if he just immediately ulted me, they could have maybe just killed him. So it's good that he lets me use my abilities first and then ult. So here we stay bot, we do dragon. Um, yeah, I mean, it's good. So yeah, I think we're back in control of this game, even after the pretty bad deaths early. Um, and the problem though is like, okay, now our junglers bot side to do dragon, so they have a play top. Also, they have two Mobies on their team. They have, or no, they don't. Yes, they do. They have Mobies on Alistar and Jarvan. So yeah, they just want to make plays. But here I died. I think this was still good though because I saved the victor. But our top laner was doing well and could have beat the Gnar 1v1, but I mean, yeah, they all came and killed him, so he had to just play safe while we took dragon. But fortunately, the victor hard carried this fight. Well, I mean, everyone played well, but like the victor killed everyone, so give him the. At least he was one who gets really fed off of it. Um, but then, okay, Sejuani overstayed. This kind of thing, like, just bad macro from like Sejuani not realizing Jarvan's gonna come and kill her when she goes for this, or Irelia not realizing like they're gonna be top and kill her. Like people just not realizing like when the enemy team is gonna be coming for you and going over aggressive. That kind of stuff is like I think what separates a lot of players from like who know how to play their champions, but like have sort of dirt moments like that when they throw because they yeah they have a lead but they aren't thinking about where the enemy team is on the map. So anyway, here if I was clean, I would like interrupt Alistar's combo with my ult, but like yeah, it's hard to react, so I just did this instead. Um, Callista didn't have her ult up, so like if Callista had her ult up, I wouldn't need to ult myself because she could just save me if they went for me. Which is that I like playing with Callista as an enchanter support when Callista can just use her ult to save you. Like, I don't think throwing Janna into a team fight is a very good way to engage, but Janna Callista is still like nice because if you're playing Janna and you have a Callista, you can position wherever you want because Callista can just save you with her ult. So um, yeah, so but having Callista ult down there meant like, okay, I need to be careful. But when her ult's up, um, it lets you position a lot more freely, and it makes it very hard for the enemy team to focus because if they focus the Callista, you can just save them with like Lulu ult or Janna ult or whatever. And if they focus the support, Callista can just ult them. So it's hard for like if Callista gets ahead, it's hard for them to like choose the right person to focus because either way, Callista will just kill them with her support's help. So anyway, here, all right, this was I need to take a breath before narrating this because it's kind of a fiesta. So, random fight, contesting Baron Vision. Gnar is pretty important in this fight. I want to use my abilities to like stop him from engaging. I don't really do that, but we still sort of win the fight. I think I did interrupt Alistar's combo with the Callisto there, so that was good. And now here, we have a Mountain Drake, so we kind of greed, I think. Um, So the safest option would just be to do Baron. That would be better than just doing the mid inhib, I think, because we could just get Baron it back. But we could also greed for the mid inhib and Baron, or we could have just gone for like one tower mid or two towers mid and Baron. And it's very hard to know what you should go for in solo queue. It's even harder because you have no communication. You have to make a decision quickly. So you can see there, like the Callista didn't immediately make the same decision as us. And so as a result, we actually don't get the Baron because someone teleports top and then we try and back to defend top and then we actually don't manage to save the top inhib. So I think I'm not even sure what the right decision was or what we should have all done, but like yeah, we weren't on the same page, probably made the wrong decision. Um, so like we won the fight there, but we actually in a way came out kind of behind in the like objective trade afterwards because we lost our inhib bot. So and then they go and just rush Baron down. Um, so this is kind of bad from us because like even though we're ahead enough that we can like easily win team fights, um, we're not getting good objective trades. So oh well. Yeah, so I think we maybe should have just gone and done Baron. I don't know. But yeah, it works out okay. Oh, I'm tired. Um, okay, so now they have a few people dead. So yeah, we want to just push bot. And the main thing is that after this, we have the mid and bot inhibs down. So we just want to get like a clean push off and then reset. And it's really important to like reset after this because like yeah, throws happen when people just don't back. So um, we fortunately managed to back and push bot. We want to push bot out because they have an inhib bot, but we have inhibs mid and top. So like they're kind of forced to fight us if we get to push bot in. So their only option, because they can't win a 5v5 versus us. Our team comp's better. We have more gold than they do. Actually, I'm not sure if I don't know if we outskill them or not, but we definitely have way more gold than they do. So there's no way they can beat us 5v5, just because, yeah, we're stronger. So their only chance is to try and pick Sejuani, but they don't manage to kill her, and yeah, so we just push to end the game. You can see, like, they don't have enough damage to kill anybody. I went Redemption. I like Redemption sort of on Lulu, because she has no, like, big heals in her kit. So yeah, it kind of fills that for you. So, but yeah, that's that's about it. So yeah, like that's getting to my LP peak and getting the high support. May or may not drop it to Joey or someone else as the season goes on. But I mean, there's only like 7 days left, so I might play more and lose. I might play more and win. I might not play more. Who knows? Um, but yeah, normally I don't like doing these kind of narrated. Even doing this, I felt like okay, um, I don't like doing this format very much. But I did want to sort of do these as like how the meta works in practice compared to and also how it's sort of changed on this patch where you can actually be more aggressive in lane um, compared to the like ancient coin versus ancient coin like AFK farm um, with like the old Janna and stuff. So hopefully that was interesting.